Today, we've achieved the gold standard with respect to carbon reporting. All our stats where we have emission sources are known, they are quantified. We have forward-looking infrared camera that enables us to identify when you even have fugitive emissions that your camera, your detectors are not able to pick it up, but because of the power of the forward-looking infrared camera, we can see those emissions and it allows us to be able to intervene. We're looking at opportunity to explore carbon capture and storage, and we're currently in conversation with NUPRC in getting some data that allows us to identify location for where we can have the carbon sequestered into. So all of that is currently going on right now. We are not letting go of that. We continue to measure the emission that comes from our operation beyond the intention of moving on net zero. The market is moving to the point right now where it's also demanding less and less emission from the product that you make. And when you are not able to demonstrate that, the price of your product goes up. So it's even in our own interest to make sure that we follow this through. And we've set a target of 2040 when we would achieve that. So that's very much in progress and very much in flight. So moving back to the question around the DLNG supply, so I said yes, that's already in work. That's progressing according to the opportunity realization process. It hasn't changed from the 1.1 MTPA that was declared at that point in time. We are behind on schedule, but we're still working on it. 27 that I spoke about, we're also behind on it. There are quite a number of things, but we haven't abandoned that particular desire and aspiration of ours. Let me rephrase your conclusion on the offtake capability and the offtake infrastructure on LPG. That's not a limitation for us. There is a deficit on infrastructure generally when it comes to the industry, but that hasn't played out to the point where our products are not lifted. No, we sell all of our products. We actually have more demand than we're able to sell. Recently, we had to get one of the big four consulting firms to do an assessment of all our off-takers, looking at things like, do you have your storage facilities? How much are you able to reach at retail level? And all of that. And what we discovered was that we have more than we're able to satisfy. So we had to introduce a ranked order and give priority to off-takers that have the ability and the network to be able to get to retailers. Because what we found out is that a number of people will take products, they will put it in their terminal, and they are part of those that have created the artificial scarcity that has led to the price increase. So preference for us is not those kind of people, but it's those that can supply directly to the retailer. When the product was being sold at 2,400 in the market, guess how much they were lifting it from us? It was between 800 and 900 per kg. NMDPRA recommendation was that by the time you put in transportation cost and all other things, they shouldn't be selling more than 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. So there's also some distortion that happened on the sales side, which I know the regulators are working on right now to get control of it. But coming back to the comment that you made, our challenge was not that people were not able to take the product. Every of the cooking gas that we made, we had buyers. There is infrastructure deficit, but it hasn't played itself to the point where we become stranded with the product that we have made, or we haven't seen it to that extent. Yes, gas versus oil, expatiate.